Imagine writing about something that you would feel genuinely interested in, something that would really make you excited. And imagine that writing about these things is also a way to help other people. To help, I mean, encourage other people, to inspire other people, to make other people think about the same things that you're writing about, to raise questions, to share doubts, and share doubts with other people who might have the same doubts. And I think this is already enough to have a tiny blog. I'm not saying that you should have a tiny blog. I'm saying that this is a very good idea. Why? A very good idea to put things out there on a tiny blog, share your thinking on a tiny blog. What do I mean by blog and what do I mean by tiny? Blogging is not journaling. There's a very clear distinction there. Blogging, when you journal, you're writing for yourself, for and to yourself. A journal is only for you. It should be only for you, unless you want to share it with, with your close friends, or I don't think so. But journaling it's putting down thoughts and ideas and reflections for yourself. So you don't care about your audience, your reader. When you're blogging, you are thinking about your reader all the time, because it's, even if you're talking about yourself, even if you're telling your own stories, you're sharing those stories because there's a reader out there somewhere in some corner of the internet that is willing to listen, to read, and to think with you. This is what blogging is about. There's a very famous novelist in the US. I'm not going to say his name, but he's got a blog. He blogs every day. It's not Seth Godin. He's got a very, he's been blogging for years, every day. And I've read his blog, but it's not interesting. It's not interesting because he's not writing for me, or not because he's talking about gardening, which I'm not interested in, but because he's writing for himself. It's more like a private journal, but a public private journal, let's say. And there is this thing about journal in public. I'm not sure. I think it's not accurate. It's not accurate, that phrase. You can journal in public, like, why would I want to read your reflections on how much you love your dog? That's not interesting, right? There are things that you write, and even the voice that you use, how you structure your writing on your blog, shows that you are caring about your reader. This is why I blog. This is why I have a tiny blog. So we've defined blog now. What about tiny? Tiny, okay. There are many people out there who say, I've seen everything. I've been blogging since 1st September 2021. And I've seen, I've read many articles. I've followed different big bloggers, people who had millions, billions of views. Okay, some of these people, bloggers, they say, well, write every day, or you should maybe commit to write an article every week, 3 articles a week, write every day, these kind of things. No, you're not doing this because you should. You're doing this because you want to. It's something that comes from you. It's something that you feel is the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do, to blog, to write, to share your thinking in public. It's not because you want to go viral. I mean, how can you... What kind of control do you have? Like, what sort of agency do you have over going viral? How do you know if one of your blog posts will go viral? There's no, like, you will never know. You'll never know. On my YouTube channel, one video went viral. Viral, I mean, 72,000 views right now, I think. It's the most viral thing I've ever created. Do you think that I expected that video to go that viral? To go, to be seen by that many people? No, of course not. I don't know. Maybe this one will go viral. Maybe this video here you'll never know. So you're not attached to the outcome. You're not writing because you want to go viral. You're not writing because people will fall in love with me, or for other. You're focusing on the process of this practice, having this practice of noticing things. Because if you have a blog, you start noticing things. This is what happens to me. You start noticing things that and you start questioning. So is that really true? Let me blog about it. Let me see what we can find here. You're blogging to have a practice, to keep writing, to keep thinking. I think it's the most important thing, to keep thinking, because in the past, I've had periods in my life where, you just go through the motions. You just you go to work, you come back, you have this routine. I'm not against routines, but you stop thinking, you stop questioning things, and I don't know. That's not, at least for me, that's not the life that I want to live. By blogging, you are continuously engaging with ideas. But which ideas should you share? Like, should you share selfies? Should you share, meals? Because this is why people hate social media, because, you scroll on social media, on Facebook, for example. I was on Facebook, and what do you see? You see just people sharing pictures of holidays. There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't know. This is something that I personally I don't like to do anymore, because I used to do it. You don't do it to share moments of your life unless those moments can be helpful for someone. Again, it's all about your reader and yourself, of course, also yourself. Journaling, only yourself. Blogging, yourself and the reader. So you don't share these things. You share, again, your thinking. Things that might be helpful. Things that might spark a thought in another mind somewhere else in the world. And by doing this, that's enough. By doing this, as a byproduct of this, you may also be able to create a community, if this is what you want. You may also be able to sell things. This is another reason why I blog, because by creating a community of people who, they think like you, like-minded people, we call them, even though I'm a bit skeptical about this, like-minded people, it's also good to have people who don't think like you, right? So that's another way to question what you do, why you do things, and how you do them, and how you think as well. So by sharing your thinking, you attract naturally, you will attract people who are inspired, or not just inspired. I cannot find another word except for inspiring, but they feel heard. They feel heard, and you create this community or group of people which is tiny. Also, this one, you don't have to have like millions of followers on your blog. How about 1,000? That's already. Imagine if everyone writes a comment. That's already a full-time job. And this brings me to, like, where should you blog? Should you open your own website? Okay, I have a website. my blog is there, and no one reads that blog. I can tell you. I checked. I get maybe 1 view every 2 days, because no one knows who Fabio Cerpelloni is. No one Googles my name unless they've seen me somewhere. But I'm not famous at all. But there are platforms. There are platforms like YouTube. That's just one. But YouTube is more for people who watch things. But there's the community tab. If you go to my channel and you see community on every any channel, you'll see community. You can type things there. You can type things, and people will may read those things. That's a tiny blog already. These days we've got Substack. Substack is fantastic for writers. You can write there anytime you want. Not every day, not every week, anytime you want. You're not doing this to become rich. Of course, you may want to sell things, of course, and that's another reason to create an audience and then say, look, I've got this thing, I created this product, maybe you're interested. That's another, it could be another half an hour video on that, on how to sell, but I don't think I'm the best person who's qualified to do that. There are other, I would check out George Kao. I recommend this authentic business coach. Look at his channel. By the way, it's in the show notes. Substack, Medium, LinkedIn. Instagram. Instagram. I was on Instagram. It's one of the worst platform I've ever been on. So up to you. You can do it without having a website. Okay. Actually, having a website is kind of it's hard to be seen on a website because no one knows you, right? We're ordinary people. We're not, Barack Obama. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that you will start or you will continue writing, because it keeps you writing, and you can also experiment with your writing. I'm writing a tiny book now, and I put things out there, things that I will include in my tiny book. So bit by bit, blog by blog, blog post by blog post, I'm writing a tiny book. I will collect those thoughts. I can put them together in a chapter, and that's a chapter of my tiny book. So there are many benefits of blogging. The first one is that you're engaged with your own thinking. The second one is that you help. The third one is that it helps you attract the right people. The right people, there's a quote, I want to close this video with this quote, in a book called Several Short Sentences About Writing by Verling Klinkeborg. I made a full video on that book because I loved it. I'll put it below. And it says, the work selects its audience. The work selects its audience. So the work, what you write, whatever it is, it might be gardening, it might be how to make cakes, it may be anything you want, selects its audience. It means that somewhere online there will be someone who's interested in what you've just written. You just need to find those people. And this is something we talked about in the last episode with Zuli Rain, big blogger. She's a big blogger, and this is what she says as well. I believe that. Okay, how many? Okay, 15 minutes. Okay, it's always 15 minutes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you will start writing, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want to share your thoughts, of course, let me know. There's a comment section here on YouTube, also on Spotify, I think, as this will go on Spotify as well. So let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.